Alright, as the dash project continues, it's time to redo the gauges. Here's our oil gauge, and it's not too bad. We got a little rust. We'll put that in the ultrasonic, clean that up. But let's get too excited. Let's test this gauge. So I've got my little Milwaukee 12-volt adapter. Got a nice little switch on it here. So we'll put our positive on this side. And our negative on that bolt, and then we'll give our switch a little bump. So while this may not tell us calibration or anything, it's going to tell us that the gauge is generally good, and so in my past experience that's fine. And of course it's going to cool down here and slow down. So let's get on to tearing it apart. To take these apart, I disassemble them completely and take the metal parts and run them through the ultrasonic to clean them up. The actual workings or mechanisms on the inside, we of course don't put those through the ultrasonic because we don't want to take the paint off or damage it. But if you look at this bezel, you can see there's just like the slightest surface rust. And the nice thing about the evapor rust is it'll get under that and remove those little pits of rust or whatever without really damaging the chrome. It'll get down in there because it's kind of jacking the chrome up in some places. And then we'll put a little layer of clear coat on that. Now these things are put together by crimping around this edge, so that makes it kind of a pain in the butt to get apart. We'll repaint the needle too with our needle paint. It's around here somewhere. And there's a fluorescent needle paint that you can buy online that restores these beautifully, and we'll do that in the process. So let's get to taking that apart. Somebody might have a better tool for this, but I've got this old screwdriver that has just a little bit of a bend to it, and I found that you can just kind of work that around the edge very carefully, and we just keep walking that. If you don't want to chew it up, you just got to be patient and just work that edge up a little bit at a time. And of course you're going to have to get that almost straight up, and then we'll work that edge back down when we crimp it back. So wish there was an easier way to get these apart, but there isn't. The older gauges of course were, which is kind of nice. They just kind of opened up, or they were separate. You didn't have to open up the bezel like this, like on the old L110 pickups and the B series. The gauge, raw gauge, was separate, so it made it super easy to repaint the needles on those. So, and this case is actually probably pretty good. I probably won't run that through. Maybe take this through because this has got a little bit of rust on it. But I've taken some pretty ugly ones and made them very, very nice again doing it this way. So we'll just keep going along. little glass piece and the rubber seal, and we'll put all that right in the ultrasonic because it'll do a nice job of cleaning all that up and making that all seal soft and seal again. Dinging me on my phone. Speaking of which, I'm going to take a quick picture of this. Insulator paper, and now we can get to the lens paper here, and we'll just clean that off with a little Windex. Let's spray this off camera here. And now this is yellowed a little bit here, so what we're going to do is reverse how that goes in. So instead of going in this way with the worn or faded part out, we'll put the make sure there's none of the dust is out of here. We'll put the new side out. There we go. So now we're just down to the gauge itself. So we're just going to very carefully dust that off. And that just leaves us with painting that. Shake it up. It's literally needle paint. So it's not the testers or whatever. In there. That's all there is to it. A nice orange needle, and we have the bezel in the ultrasonic, and I'll show you that here in just a second. These aren't really that bad. You could probably clean them up just washing them, but when we use Evapo-Rust, it actually will take the zinc completely off this if you leave it in there too long in the ultrasonic here. But if we go for like 3 or 4 minutes, it just takes that dirty layer off and does a nice job. And here, I wish the GoPro would focus a little closer here for you, but it doesn't. But so let's go ahead and put those in. Ultrasonics come in all different sizes. This is a nice little tabletop one. It was under $100. I like to do all my small parts in it. But for big stuff, I've got this monster here. This thing's like 10 gallons. I mean, I can even put fuel tanks in it. It does a wonderful job, and really wouldn't even try to do this stuff without this, because it's just so much easier. So go ahead and put that in. We'll go ahead and set it for 4 minutes. Put a lid on them, and we'll be right back. Okay, they've been in there for a little bit. Just go ahead and pull them out. You can see they're all nice and bright and shiny. Just wash them off with a little water. It's like brand new. Because this is rust, it'll take a little longer, so I'm going to put that in for a little bit longer, but you get the idea. So we'll just set our timer for another 5 minutes, and off to the races. Here's the old brown area, so we'll put that in the back. So, so we got a nice fresh area for that. Drop that in. And you put your insulator on. This is a 2-inch compression fitting. So I had to ream this out a little bit, and I smoothed this surface off. And then these fit perfectly in there. And that supports that edge so that we can come in here and go like this all the way around. Or not, but we'll just work that edge all the way around. So we'll go opposite. So that's tight already. here's the finished results. It came out really great. So as we continue on Project Comanche, we'll keep you updated.